So how many other people, men in the room, think marriage is hard? Shoot, I'm glad to see that, right? Because I'm thinking, sometimes I get into a group of men and I'm a little bit afraid, no, this guy's got it all wrong. Mine's a piece of cake. The reality is marriage is hard. Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard? This is the closest person in our life. We ought to be able to get this right. Well, the reason it's so hard is we're innately selfish. Am I the only one? I mean, we are at the core self-oriented, prideful, what's in it for me kind of people, generally speaking. Oh, occasionally we're good and kind. And by the way, where are we most often good and kind? Outside the marriage. I think sometimes we're at our worst behavior when we're at home. You ever notice your kids, a neighbor will say, hey, I really enjoy Johnny. He's just a great kid. And you're like, who? I mean, is that the same Johnny that lives with me? Because even kids end up being their true self when they're home. Well, I think the same thing holds true for us. One of the stories I love to tell in the workshops is Bill Bright, founder of Campus Crusade, right? Bill Bright used to interview candidates with their spouse. The only challenge was he didn't ask the candidate anything. He spent an hour talking to the spouse. And he would know the character of the candidate based on how the countenance, if you will, of the spouse. How would you do in that interview? That's the question. Excuse me for the frog. We're so different. It's 24/7. We're fully naked. It's the only person in the whole world, including our children, that truly know us. Good, bad, and ugly. Am I right? So there's a whole bunch of reasons marriage is hard. And that begged the question for me, and again, you have to know how my twisted mind tends to think. I'm kind of a strategy guy. And when I struggle with why is something true, I want to get to what's the design. Why is this the way that it is? And I have come to believe that marriage is so strategic in God's economy, it's the only logical reason and strategic reason why this marriage relationship could be so difficult. It had to be our Creator's design. And if that's true, then we ought to figure out what's His purpose.